And I got myself. So now, cool thing I just figured out a couple of episodes ago is yes, you can actually put crafting thralls on your fighter thralls and use them to help you carry thralls back and forth, which means that also the bearer, the pack bearer thrall can obviously do this as well too. And from what I've been able to see, fighters and dancers and pack bearers, they aren't slowed down by encumbrance like we are. So it makes perfect sense to go ahead and load them up with your crafting thralls when you're moving bases, and just you can only have one actual follower with you at a time. But I mean, it makes it a little bit faster. Obviously, if you're playing in a clan, it makes it even more fast. But I'm trying to play out of a clan. So let's see. I'm pretty sure I don't have one. Oh, something else I discovered. If you do start a clan and you're only a single player and everybody else leaves the clan, or you all decide to disband, make sure if you're the clan owner to be the last person to go, because everything that you created is going to be left to the rest of the group when you leave the clan. So if you're a clan of one and you leave, you don't lose your stuff. You can actually put him in the fire, but we want to go ahead and set him here. Oh, so I was afraid of that. So yeah, this is every station you make. You want to have at least 4 tiles, a 2x2 space for it, every station possible, with the exception of course, the Wheels of Pain. They do take up an enormous amount of space, and base planning is paramount concerns. So right now this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you want to make a base that will comfortably fit most of your primary crafting stations, I have my shrine to Mitra sitting up here on the top along with my garden, and still, I'm pretty actually excited about the fact that no one's actually come along to try to steal everything. Oh, look, we just have the... So I gotta go ahead and pull all that and restock it. I've only done 4 ambrosias here. Pre-patch, before the latest patch, if you made an Ankh of Mitra, it gave you religious residue, but now it doesn't seem to do that. You actually have to go out and harvest lingering essence in order to get that taken care of. Now, it's good to empty this out. The thing is that I'm only going to take out the unsavory fish, the unappetizing fish, because when you cook that, it makes ichor, and ichor is really going to be important for what I'm doing here, because I need to make glass water orbs. I need to make water orbs, and ichor makes water orbs. So now we have to find myself some fuel. Do I have any coal? No, I don't think I have any coal. That's that's a problem. Oh, cool, I need that. Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't punch the thralls. Okay, so get ourselves some wood. Cool, I have an iron axe. I play a couple of servers, and so at times it kind of makes it a little bit difficult to remember who's got what. My main character is I'm trying to get him to level 60, and he does pretty good. I have pretty much everything par for his experience. He hasn't killed the Abyssal Remnant yet or anything like that, because last time I went in, I forgot to bring food. And that was very embarrassing because oh, there was fuel over here I could have used. Okay, whatever, but this is good enough. So do this, and cooking time doesn't go any faster, I've noticed, with a thrall. So it's like 22 minutes, 27 seconds, for those. And if I take the thrall out of here, which I didn't know you could do that either. I thought if you put a thrall in the station, he was bound to the station and that's it. So without a thrall, oh, you do get extra time with a thrall. So without a thrall, it's 17:57. With a thrall 1, follower 1 cook, it's 22 minutes. Okay, so yeah, it's more efficient with fuel if you have a crafting follower there. I don't like calling them thralls. I call them followers. I'm kind of waiting for the time when Conan Exiles will allow you to actually pick up hirelings. You'll actually be able to um, to get NPCs to follow you by either providing them with armor or weapons or money or food or stuff like that. And then maybe there might be a mechanic later on that that might like have them rebel, or they'll wander away if you don't take care of them, well enough, or something like that. I think that'd be kind of a cool little sandbox mechanic, just to kind of because I mean, taking slaves in the game is it's part of the universe, but I think I'd like probably a better chance at actually having a hireling than having somebody who is bound to my whims. I'm not that kind of person. But whatever, it is the game. We'll play the game. And a lot of people say the same thing about a bunch of the other elements in the game, but you can make a choice. There are certain choices you're allowed to make that don't affect your progression. It's more about RPG than it is about anything else. So anyway, let's take a look at what I have on my wheel. We are doing, it looks like I'm still going for thralls. Okay, plan is to get all the way down here to the Dafari camp and pick up a medicine man and bring him back so that I can go ahead and get the fireball cauldron fully activated and working. I'm staying in light armor because I'm okay. I'm pretty comfortable with the mechanics of the game, that I know when to back out of a fight, and I know how to pick my enemies because I don't really feel like I have the need to bulk up. Now, fighting the boss in the dregs, that will probably be a problem. I have never fought him actually myself. I've seen a few videos on people doing things to fend him off and all that stuff. I'm probably going to go in with some gas orbs at first and see maybe if I can poison him. I don't know if that'll be something I can do. Now, so with these two guys here, they're pretty much ignoring me. Let's see if I can loot this chest without them. Nope, they see me. Alright, so roll away. Kind of wait for them to get their initial attacks. There we go. And then this is when you come in, when they're recovering from that power swing. So you're waiting for the colored streak off their weapon, which is the debuff that weapon applies. This guy's going to keep chasing me. He's looking for position. That's a pretty smart AI, I mean, that's a pretty cool NPC. There he goes. And we should be good. There we are. So light armor, I mean, these are tier 1 enemies and they're not that powerful, but we can go ahead and collect essence now. As you probably saw on my map downriver, there's a few shrines. These are guys who are able to summon gods if they wanted to. Pardon me. Okay, I do want that stone because we're going to be building things here. I'm going to drop this off. That too, because I don't need it. And that as well. Now, normally I would go ahead and throw this essence in. Well, actually, I probably should. I'm pretty close by. I don't have to worry about people looting me. If somebody wants to come up here and try and steal this, I'll just chase their ass down and kill them. So I want to get this residue, this manifestation of zeal, to 30 so that I can go ahead and upgrade this this shrine to the next tier. I think, what is it called? A temple? Something like that? Let's go over to the Acolytes page. Yeah, it's called Priest of Mitra, teaches the sanctuary. And then when I get it to the temple, that's when we can, with an archpriest, of course, be able to summon a god and have Mitra walk all over things. But that's going to be a while off. And then again, like I said, this is an Iron Quest, so I'm playing without a bedroll or without a bed. So this character dies, game over, pretty much. Now, it doesn't have to be game over. I could just as easily, just deal with the fact that I'm spawning out in the desert. But I really want to try to get this guy to as high a level as possible before he takes a serious death. And like I said, I mean, it's more of a challenge for me because sometimes I do get a little impatient. And I'm like, I just want to go ahead and kill. Get it over with. and that has a tendency to cause yeah, problems. The thing about Conan is on the PvP servers, pretty much all of them, you drop inventory when you die. So he's still popping Ichor. Nice, that's good. Need all that Ichor. I do have another player joining me on the Iron Quest, and he's not on right now because he's got other stuff he's doing. But so I'm going to help him out by letting him use the blacksmith station to craft himself an iron tool, the skinning dagger, and then which is going to be kind of because we're not going to be in a clan, so he's got his own play space. I've got my own play space, and he's just kind of this is his actual. He's just kind of really getting into the game. He and I bought the game at the same time, and he's just trying to figure things out. So that's the hut. And but I don't know, we'll probably group up when we do the dregs, just so that I don't do a lot of friendly fire, or he doesn't do a lot of friendly fire. Because if you're in the clan, since the last patch, when you target lock an enemy for like arrows, this is the best way to target lock. You really just don't want to target lock with melee weapons unless you're having a problem getting a facing on the enemy. Because if there's multiple, targets, that kind of jumps all over the place, and it gets really, really wacky. Now, this croc right here, the best strategy for crocs, or any kind of slow-moving mob, is just go with the pike. Now, he did do a lunge attack. He does these lunges. You can see how they kind of set him up. His front legs kind of fold back a little bit. Let's see if I can get him to do it again. See, like that. Watch carefully. He'll do a lunge. There, see? Now watch him. Watch his front legs. So getting familiar about how mob classes set up for their heavy attacks, that's a really good thing to do. And practice. There you go, see? That very obvious pause. And now the Abyssal Remnant is a snake. So it doesn't actually... we need some food. If I just use the skinning dagger, I'll just get hide and fangs. But I want some bones here too, because I have to make some. I'm gonna make some more torches eventually. That'll be for the. Once you get to the dregs, you can learn the torch recipe. All right, so we got this. I'm gonna drop this in here, and then we're gonna grab this. Whoops, wrong button. Now, not much rotten flesh. Rotten meats, spoiled meat, or whatever it's called. Come on. Alright, there we go. A little glitchy on that. Plenty of fiber. We have to get some spoiled food in there. Let's go ahead and grab all of this. And I could go ahead and just put some stairs up here, which would probably be easier to do. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that in there. Cut this in half. Drop that in there. Then we'll do this the same way, because this stuff will actually spoil in about 20 minutes, and I plan to be on only for another 15. And that's okay, we don't have to worry about the fish. Now with the fluid press, all that fish, including the unappetizing fish, becomes oil. It just becomes oil. So here we go, we got some fish. Got some food there, that's good. Let's see. I don't really recommend leaving anything in the crafting station that you can't recoup on your own. Because, well, let's see, my purge meter's not even near full. That's a thrall for the taskmaster. Hey, I did it! Sorry, I'm excited about little things like that. We're not going to worry about Defari gear at the really want to go ahead. Okay, so we can put the fiber here, because that is that. This is this, and that is that. What I should probably be doing is making an extension to the house here. I've got enough iron. I can remake the fireball cauldron and the uh, uh, cooking pit. But really, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the furnace, because the furnace takes absolutely no effort whatsoever to build. You can make that happen pretty quick. So we're going to go ahead and put everything I have on my inventory in here, because I don't imagine anyone's going to try to want to come and mess with me while I'm doing my stuff. And we're going to go ahead and set this up. Whoops, there we go. And another reset potion would be kind of fun to have around. So do that. He's got his thing going on. Let's go ahead and get that fire started, because I didn't. Excuse me. We're going to go ahead and pull this out. We'll just do that. And this is going to get redone also. So like I said, you need a 4x4, you need a 2x2 space for pretty much every crafting station you have. The woodworking station takes 400 wood, so I'm going to use... normally I would use the stone pick to gather all my wood, because bark is just going to, you're going to fly through the bark, and it's so hard to gather. What you saw in my tannery is pretty much the efforts of the last 3 or 4 episodes that I've done here, plus a little bit of off-stream play. So with an iron axe, it kind of goes a little bit faster. So we're going to need at least 400 wood, and then I'm going to have to grab a bunch of stone. Even with light armor, my encumbrance is not as good as it could be. Really should have put more points into encumbrance, just so that I can carry more stuff around. Because eventually, like I said, there's going to be a major relocating happening here. But maybe not, since I plan to get the shrine up to a temple, and then eventually a sanctuary. So we'll see. Maybe I'll keep this base as kind of an anchor point, and then build some satellite bases out there somewhere. I am going to have to build a small base near the barracks and the Bay of Hulks, which is in the jungle off to the east, because there's a bunch of salamanders there, and it'll be good to weather out the night, because fighting in the jungle at night is seriously dangerous. Ooh, there's no such thing as over your limit. Honestly. Okay, small problem here. Well, yeah, you can actually harvest with an axe. So now I'm encumbered. Let's see, do I have enough? Need 150 for the crafting station. Being 100. So this is okay. Iron's not that hard to come by, really. It was pretty difficult early game. There were only a few spots up and down the area that see, you see all that, and then I'm going to have to use the rest of the wood and stone to make the bases, the foundations around the back of the building. Because I was thinking about actually putting, I could put the wood, I could build up onto the shore, because the thing about the purge is that if there's no place around, if there's no place around your base for the purge, to spawn, they will spawn inside your base. I don't know if they'll spawn inside the actual structures, but I know they will. If you have like a wall around you in a courtyard, they will spawn there. I could put the woodworking station right on this side. Let's go ahead and do that. Didn't really need to break down the furnace, but like I said, we'll go ahead and optimize that build. So I'm going to need, this way I only need 4 foundations. And it builds kind of a horseshoe setup. I still need stone. Okay, well, since we're not encumbered anymore, let's go this way. Now, there's an attitude about iron picks versus the stone pick. Why am I? Okay, I see what happened. A lot of people say, go ahead and use the iron pick to harvest stone with, and But don't bother doing it. Don't bother using it for bark because it doesn't give you any more bark or wood using iron pick um, than using a stone pick. So when it comes to harvesting for bark, just use your stone pick. It doesn't make a difference. But when you're harvesting stone or iron or brimstone or anything like that, anything that's supposed to come out with a pick, then by all means, you go ahead and use the iron because you can repair it pretty easily. I don't recommend, again, I've said this before in previous streams, don't recommend using steel tools at all, except for maybe this, obviously the scythe. You need to make a steel scythe. You can't make one out otherwise. Well, you can make the next tier up, of course, but you can't make a lower iron one. Whoops, why did I do that? I wanted the foundation options. Here we go. So, alright, one more of those. And then I'm going to need to make some walls. I'm going to still need more stone. Also, farming in the river. I like it. Mostly because I've noticed that if you're striking a rock on the surface, on the shore, or out in the fields or whatever, if there's some kind of collectible that you can pick up just by hitting square, your pick's going to hit that, which is not going to do anything for you. Let's see if I can give you an example. Okay, so there's a couple of collectibles right here. Alright, so it's not going to work now. It's not going to do it now. Okay. But yeah, you'll see eventually, if you haven't already experienced it, because that was a little bit of that was kind of slow there. So it's like, you'll see that you can't really harvest that. Oh my god, I did. What the heck? Huh? Okay, that's never happened before. Awesome. Well, they did say they were fixing a bunch of stuff, so, I haven't really fully explored all the different problems that they had before. So this would be a good opportunity. So yeah. Still don't recommend using a steel tool for any kind of rock harvesting. It's just not worth it because the effort you make for the repairs, in my opinion, doesn't really weigh out the return. I mean, it weighs out the return. It doesn't balance against the return. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I need 2 more walls. And then we're going to need some roof. So anytime you expand, I always recommend that you go ahead and build the expansion first. Don't take out these walls if you don't need to. Sometimes it won't snap because roof tiles will get in the way, or this corner wall will get in the way, or some weird wacky stuff. If you got a crafting station that's right up against the wall itself, that'll get in the way. So my original plan was to build this on the other side, more into the lake, but just in the interest of not taking out any resources down there, I'm going to build this here, and I'm going to have to move my fishing trap also. Otherwise, that's a bit of a. I like to at night. I don't really like to build, but it can be kind of if you're trying to get things done fast, it's gonna be good. If you are going to only build flat roofs like I did here, it's kind of hard to see. Only got a few seconds. I put on these roof caps because these are 7,000. No, these are 5,000, and these are 5,000, I believe. HP. The walls are 7,000 HP, and so what'll happen is that here on the river, and also further upland, when you go to raid, or maybe just like assault someone's base, and also from the purge too, even though the purge typically just attack your foundations. If they have a fire, if they're using fire orbs, they're going to have to burn through this tile first, this peaked roof tile first, and then they'll be able to burn through. They'll have to burn through this tile down here if they use exploding jars, which is a heck of a lot of resources to spend on a tier 1 structure. But just to say, if you have access, why not? And it's awfully pretty and fun to watch. But Yeah, so making the I've been noticing that a lot of people who are attacking each other's bases, they're not going for the walls anymore or the doors. They're going straight through the ceilings. So, insulating yourself with, with placeables, like the planters I have here, or this little shrine of Mitra, that's going to make things difficult, for attackers to get through the ceiling. Because a lot of people will actually do foundation walls on the outside, and like I said, I'm really not going to go crazy like that with this base. This particular character, he is really just all about wanting to see if I can play the game smart enough to not get him completely, greased right off the bat. I mean, I have a couple of YOLO characters who are just running all over the place collecting recipes and emotes and doing discovery, and they're my scouts. I'm using them to scout out the maps. I'll take screen caps of the maps and then refer to them on this character and on my main character. So we have our walls, and now I can see better. And we'll place our ceiling tiles. And the snap is actually kind of clean right now. Okay, and then we're going to have to make 1, 2, 3. I need to make 4. See, I could put my fishing trap right here. Actually, I can put a couple there. With the woodworking station, I'll get access to shaped wood, which means that I can then build an elevator. I have this really cool little thing I'm going to do too with the elevator. It's going to be kind of fun. I'll need 2 elevators, hopefully. Maybe I don't know if the second span is narrow enough for an elevator. We'll see. Somebody did a bunch of videos on elevators, building traps with them, how to place them efficiently, meaning with as minimum materials as needed. It's just stuff like that, and it's really kind of cool. I don't know if he mentioned what the maximum height or distance of the vertical and horizontal elevators span could be, so I'm going to be testing that out a little bit later on, which will also be a journey step too. But crafting an exceptional or flawless item, that's going to be super easy. Believe it or not, super, super easy. There is, if I zoom in here a little bit, I'm trying to remember exactly where it is. Where's that cave? Okay, there's Hanuman's Grotto, right here, which I have not discovered yet on this game. Alright, up and around in this area here, so up around here, there's this big tree, and right off to this area here is a carpenter. He's a tier 1, obviously they're all tier 1, mobs out here. So he's a tier 1 carpenter, but he does make an exceptional bow. And I did not know this until about 4 days ago, that I happened to have it was a YOLO character, and he just kind of built up and he went around, and I just wanted to see how much XP I can get running up and down the river just attacking all the exiles. And he got a lot. He actually did pretty good. But I found that carpenter there, and so let's see. You've got a taskmaster here, which is great for moving thralls faster. You've got, like I said, the carpenter here. There is a cook on this island. I think he's right there actually. And then of course there's the medicine man alchemist over down here, and I think there's a couple other thralls that are craftspeople. I think there's like a blacksmith somewhere around here, somebody was telling me. There's dancers up and around in here. There's dancers over by the Dafari camp. And every now and then, very, very rarely, I have seen on other servers, there'll be a dancer or two scattered in some of these exile camps that you can find along the way. Most of them are going to be fighters and archers. I don't really feel that archers are worth it, in my opinion. They are a nuisance, but they, during the PvP time, during the hours where you're allowed to attack each other's bases and stuff and followers, they're really easy to take out, and I don't really find them to be worth the investment. Okay, that should connect. There we go. So, ta-da! Now I wonder if I can put. Let's see. Do I have enough space here? It wouldn't place with those two tiles, but this is a weak point. And if you don't want to feel like you're doing a BMX off-road run here, which is Actually, I don't mind it too much because I did BMX when I was younger. Yes, and I have the hip injury to prove it. Oh, cool. I can place it. Nice. There we go. Well, there we go. My controller's kind of going out. So let's collect this real fast. And let's collect this. Alright. And then we're going to make ourselves... I should have some branches on me. Yep, I got enough. And we're going to make some string. It's always needing string. If your inventory does not have at least 10 string in it, you are not doing it right. I'm sorry, that might be overkill, but yeah, it saves you time. And oh no, yeah, don't use your armor station to make string. Yeah, save your armor station for making actual armor. You craft string on your character much faster, as you can see. Okay, so I'm gonna make some of these. Let's get. I think I could fit 2 over here. I could probably put a few more on this end, but I don't know how close to shore you can get fish traps. What did he say? He said fish traps. Oh, food's becoming a problem. There we go. Alrighty. So when a couple of notes about scouting bases for possible raiding or looting. I call what I see mostly happening on the Starter River and most of the bases actually just looting. They're breaking through a weak point, getting inside, looting the crafting stations, maybe taking out a thrall and looting that, whatever is on the thrall. Yeah, okay, so cool. Let's see if we can catch some fish in these. And if so, then I'll go ahead and, come on, place. Oh, something else, a little trick. I don't know if it really means anything, but let's go ahead and find out. Let's use this opportunity to test this. Okay, you see how the water's kind of flowing away from the bank? Okay, so when you place your fish traps, you want to place them facing into the flow of water. That's what someone told me. So we're going to test that. So here are 2 brand new fish traps. There's nothing in them yet. We'll stay on another 15 minutes. Normally I kind of break off the stream about 30 minutes in just because I've noticed that YouTube has a better time with it. I'll leave this guy running. There's no need to actually, dismantle him. But and we'll come back in a few minutes and take a look at these guys and see who has more fish. Place them going into the stream or away from the stream. All right. And then we can break out this wall. And we can break out this wall. Now, if you're finding that, because I don't have a repair hammer, so I can't really check the stability or durability of my pieces here. But if you are one of those who's like min-maxing everything about their experience, using the repair hammer does, check the durability of stuff. But if you have a problem, with durability, like these large spans right here, I don't recommend using the pillars. If you have access to a woodworking station, then make the support beams as soon as you can and just kind of cover the walls on the outside and inside with them. Makes it real difficult for people to burn through the walls too. That's the other thing too is that now because I have this horseshoe going on, I'm actually not going to keep these fish traps here because what I think I'll do is I will put a couple of more foundation. I'll put a small foundation wall right here, and then I'll add another foundation section here, and then I'll build like a double door airlock. That's another thing too. But again, like I said, the more you build up on your base, the more appealing it will become to other more leveled up players and more experienced players, because then they're going to start assuming that you're protecting something valuable inside. And of course, when you're playing this game, it is a survival sandbox. Pretty much everything you have is going to be of some value to you. I do have an idea of how to create a decoy base, making it look like it's just this, super mega fort with all kinds of nasty, nice resources inside. But instead, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to stock it with a bunch of combat thralls. So I'm going to make this really nice base. Probably double foundation walls and foundation fences and fence foundations around the outside and palisades. Just go nuts. It'll be like a little side hobby project. But then put 4 or 5 fighters in there, kind of kitted up like this. I mean, that's going to be some iron expense, but just to see what happens You know, does somebody attack it? Do they try to, you know, firebomb it? Do they blow it up with fire jars? And, you know, how many thralls actually survive the assault? So, placing my workstation now, which was really the goal for this stream, just to kind of expand the base a bit. So, as you can see, it does, you know, I can squeeze it off of this little, I can squeeze it into this corner as much as possible and get it down to just about that space, which does leave a lot of room on the other side. But and when you place the station, it's always important to remember or try to figure out where the thrall is going to end up. If you put it like this, you know, just kind of cordon off that whole area, the thrall is going to sit on that stump right there. So the way the footprint of this station is, it is really, you know, just set it up. Every crafting station should have at least 2 to 3 tiles worth of space allocated to it. That's just for, you know, you don't want stuff too close to the wall, mainly because there are some times where it glitches. This was not nicely aligned, but it's good enough. Some things do glitch, and people can actually access the station from outside, which, you know, is kind of, you see what I'm talking about? String, nothing but string. Okay. Let's go ahead and make all that, because I'm going to be needing 16 for 2 of these elevators. I wonder if I can use a vertical one too. No, I think 60 iron into this little experiment is enough. That's enough. Excuse me. So now I need to go ahead and remake my furnace. And let's see. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I just heard a chime, which means that I think my... bugs. Noshing bugs! Bugs for brunch. It's what plants crave. Bugs. No, well, certain plants crave bugs. The carnivorous ones do. We don't have carnivorous plants in this game yet. Oh my god, I just realized that. We should totally have carnivorous plants in this game. That would make the jungle so much more fun. You're walking through the jungle, it's like tooling along the jungle. Yeah, I'm in the jungle, this is awesome. Oh, I see that panther, I'll avoid the panther. You come up around the bend, and all of a sudden, right from a shrub, this thing just grabs your ass and starts noshing on your shit. You know, yeah, carnivorous plants. Yeah, I don't know. If they add that, I'm going to feel so guilty. Alright, checking the experiment here. So 2 fish here. 1 fish there. Okay. Well, that kind of proves a point, I think. Let's go ahead and give it a couple more minutes. While I run off and get some more stone. Because I need to remake... The reason why I like you... I mean... The riverbed, you know, don't forget about the riverbed. The riverbed's got all kinds of... It's got very shitty fiber control, fiber collection in it, but it's got it's not a pretty good amount of stone in there. I need 540 for a furnace. And no, I did not remember that. I actually wrote that down on a piece of paper next to me. Okay, there we go. With a bit more grit, your character has more time to spend underwater. Now, there is the ability to learn and make a potion of water breathing. And I'm not too sure why you need to do that. Maybe there's some content coming up that allows you that requires you to be underwater for a certain amount of time, or maybe there's an achievement for it. I haven't really investigated it. See. Oh, this is my buddy's place. Wow. Setting up those fish already. That's pretty cool. I should probably go ahead and harvest some more exiles to get this to 30 zeal tokens or whatever they're called. But anyway, so like I said, in the past where I've like over fortified bases, it really kind of looked like I just presented myself, I made myself a target by doing that. So it's a balance. You need to figure out how well you want to defend against the purge and possible player attack, as opposed to, you know, building so well that it just encourages player attack. Huh. Okay, dokie. Do I have my Ankh with me? I don't think I do. But I do have enough. No, I need more stone. And let's go play with the crocodile over here. I'm just doing all heavy attacks, so he's pretty accepting of his inevitable fate. Oh, actually, gonna need to repair that. Collecting stones. More fiber, always. I wonder if there's like a hidden meaning in the developers' decision to make it so that we have to include fiber in our daily activities. Yeah. Hashtag healthy eating. So, there we go. That's actually something that Robert Howard used to say in his notes to his editors and publishers. He would apologize for the gratuitous violence in certain stories by saying it's possibly too much red meat. Because, you know, being an author of that period, you know, that's, well, if you've ever seen Mad Men, man, you know, that's the birth of the steakhouse. You know, was like in the 40s and 50s, and it was, you know, as rare and bloody, practically screaming on your plate as you fork and knife it. That was the thing for, you know, for people in that time. And it wasn't until around the mid 80s, late 70s that you know, we started looking at our diet and going, I think maybe we need to fix some things here, or just maybe, you know, hold back a little bit more. That's kind of fun. Okay, do I have enough to do this? Something I saw in an earlier video that is craft on the go. If you've got resources and you're building stuff already, you're going to be encumbered no matter what. You might as well go ahead and craft while you're working. Now, here's a crazy thing. I don't know who's building that furnace right now while I'm attacking these guys. Oh, nice. There we go. Hey! I don't need the shield. And out here is probably the task master. There's another crocodile. Let's see what happens with the sword. Oh, see, now this is where you want to do the... This is where target lock kind of works. When you have a weapon like this. Oh, and I didn't actually harvest the other croc, so I should probably go back out there. Because I'm wearing the Defari light armor because it is light armor, so I get my encumbrance bonus. But it's also, you know, obviously more strong than the basic light armor you have. Stylistically, not too big a fan. I went with the turban still because I don't have enough. Didn't have enough materials at the time to make the mask. I like the mask, and it would be kind of fun if we can display the helmets and the masks like we can do. Maybe we can. Can you do that? Oh, I have to go find out. I know there's a weapon rack, but they recommend that we don't use it yet on PlayStation because it's bugged. Oh wow! So we have twice as many fish in the trap that's going into that's going along with the flow of the water, as opposed to the one that's actually facing into the water. Okay, well that's kind of cool. I'm just going to break these down because, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and build that airlock. I'm just going to put one more foundation here, add another wall, but I'm not going to put anything in that space. I might actually go ahead and put some fence foundations in there, but they'll be able to see that through the section wall here. So let's see. Yep, I got that. That's good. I could put the the furnace in that corner, but we're not going to worry about that. So let's go ahead and... Ooh, this would be fun. Let's do something kind of naughty. Well, I'm going to make a chest, and I'm going to leave it open, and I'm going to put it in that tiny little room, and I'm going to show you why you should never have an open chest near a window, and never have windows in your base to begin with. Come on, give us some... There we go, just enough. And guess what? I should have enough string on me. I don't! Oh, internet just gave me a warning that my connection's encountering a lag spike. Not surprised. Where is that cap? There it is. And we're going to go ahead. There we go. Oh, I need another ceiling and another cap actually, and a door frame. So that, and oh, we're out of planks. I mean, we're out of wood. Different game, Minecraft. So yeah, my first total sandbox survival game experience was Minecraft. I can't really count Assassin's Creed or Skyrim, even though there was harvesting in Skyrim. You know, it wasn't as deep or as involved a process as Minecraft was. And Minecraft was cool because, you know, you could go ahead and build bases everywhere and anywhere. And we did build some pretty crazy things. I always favored the tree fort. Okay, so we're going to do a window and then one wall, right? And then we're going to need, do I have any ceilings? No, I didn't have any ceilings. Okay, so we're going to need 2 ceilings. Actually, no, we need 1 ceiling. And then we need 1 more cap. So I'm going to be doing this. Alright, and still encumbered. Don't forget, if you're encumbered, you might as well crouch and sneak along, because you go the same speed encumbered as you are unencumbered. And if you're near the water, by all means swim, because you'll swim the same speed no matter what. It really doesn't make much of a difference. Plus, if you have a high enough grit and you've got that passive regeneration going on, just kind of double tap the roll and you'll move along pretty good. It's not too painfully slow. Alright, so okay, I thought I built the foundation. I already crafted the foundation, so didn't notice that I didn't do that. Alrighty, so go there, and we're gonna do this. Oh, we do need 2 of these foundations actually. Alright, so we'll go ahead and place this guy here, and I'm gonna need to pop my stairs. Don't need those anymore. Craft 1 more of these. While that's crafting, I can get the box, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the ceiling tile, and I'm going to grab this wall. There we go. Alrighty, so we have everything on our wheel that we need. Okay, so oh, curious. Now that might actually be because there's a door frame there. So let's go ahead, we'll pull the door. Let's see if that fixes it. Nope. Okay, we're gonna have to pop the door frame. This is what I'm talking about, where you will have occasional... Huh. This is weird. Okay. There we go. Sandstone door frame. Okay, now it finally registers on my selector, so... Okay, yeah. Yeah. Let's check the player list to see what the population looks like. Whoa, definitely everyone's getting on. A lot of level 60s. So, I don't know if that means anything, but I have noticed that when there's a large a significant representation of level 60s, see, there it goes, perfectly fine. that you will have some lag there. That's just kind of going to be native. I have to wait for this now. In the meantime, I can go ahead and put this wall right here, and I'm going to put the box down here now, right about there, and then we'll put the window wall right there. So you won't be able to see the box until you get to like right here. So you're climbing upward, so you can actually see it just a little bit, because you can't go into first person when you're climbing. See, so you can open it. You know, come on, because I am lagging. It's not going to do it right now. Anyway, we're going to put a cap on that, and we're going to go ahead and put a ceiling tile over here, because this is actually part of my operating structure. Oh, fuck off. That's totally bullshit. I hate that snap. It's so annoying. So yeah, building. Okay, so here's the thing: lag bad no matter what the fuck no matter what the activity is, and that's kind of sad because not enough resources, of course. Is it string? Yeah, it's gonna be string, of course. Let's just go ahead and come on. Let's get some pieces in there. I need to make some stairs anyway. So let's see. Ravagers, those are my neighbors down the street. The architects, I don't know where those guys are. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen the House of Law either, or Exile, or 300, or Suicide Squad. Okay. Well. Be that as it may. I thought I already connected that. Interesting. Come on. Don't lag me, please. Okay. Oh, really? What is your infatuation with putting a roof tile down there? You saw it, right? It was actually right there, and then it shifted, and I don't have no idea why it does that. Okay. Finally. Oh my god. Silly. I mean, ultimately, yeah, I don't know, maybe this will work. No? Nah, no, that's garbage. Crazy. Okay, so now we have 2 doors as an airlock. Alright, so here's the thing. So this is a 5,000 HP door, and most people go for the doors because they are the low HP, the lowest HP possible. If somebody were to climb up, see if I can. In the dark, it's going to be kind of hard. Oh wait, this is really annoying. I didn't move the chest out there. Oh, that's right, because I'm crouching, so my field of vision is going to be wackier. Man. Now, I'm sorry, but and I have the gamma up like seriously high on this game. Even my monitor is a bit, brighter than it needs to be. Yeah, because it doesn't matter. Okay, so here we go. So the reason why you don't put windows on your base is, first of all, people can see into them. Now, they're going to notice that there's a wall here and a wall there, but they can't really see too well. Okay, if they come over this way, they're going to see that there's a wall there. So if I really wanted to make this be a tease, what I should do is I probably should take out one of the walls. I don't really want to do that. But in any case, on a PvE server, whatever you put it, whatever's yours and not the clan's, is going to be pretty much okay. So if I take this wall, I don't want to create too many weak points. So I put the chest right up there. So once it's daylight and we can see better. Oh, that's what I was saying about. I was whining about the fact that it's I've been out away from the city, away from humanity's light fetish, and been in the like a moonless, I mean cloud covered, no stars at all, and you know what? There's still enough ambient light to see pretty damn good by. I don't know, maybe if that's just I'm gifted on that or whatever, but this game is hella freaking dark at night. I mean the the sand in the water kind of reflects a little bit, but when we're coming up, yeah, we're coming up on dawn right now, so there's going to be more light. But no, I'm sorry, that's just way too dark. I don't know how to adjust the video on this. I'll have to figure that out. So, trying to see, make it difficult enough, because people are only going to come out to your base when they notice that you're not on, if they're following you, because your name's on every door, if it's a clan that you're part of or whatever. All they're going to do is they're going to say, "Oh, Hakabot," and then they're going to go to the player list. And they're going to say, "Oh, he is actually on," But there we go. See, now you can be able to see. So can you get to the chest from here? Maybe I put it too close to the window. Oh wow, check that out. I did a much better job than I thought I did. Oh wait, there we go. So okay, so now you can get actually into the chest itself. So let's see, let's put some iron ore in there, and let's put the pike, because I'm going to make an iron one eventually. And let's see, because we know we're collecting aloe in the area, and doing that. What else would a person store? Let's say about this much. Okay, so here we go. So this is why you don't put a chest next to a window or any crafting stations. Windows are fine and everything like that. So now they can still come in and see. They can see that there's a blacksmith station there. So then what you do, if you're going to do windows for any reason whatsoever, so then what I can do to prevent them from seeing that, because they couldn't see the woodworking station, so I could put a wall right there, and that'll hide the blacksmith station. So from the outside, with that deliberate restricted viewpoint, all they're going to know is that I'm collecting materials. I do have some weapons, and they're not going to see too much else. They will hear the Wheel of Pain, which means that yes, I have collected enough iron ore to possibly get a thrall. They will probably know, if they're an experienced player in this game, that there's a taskmaster out there that he's probably on this wheel. So maybe I'm farming for thralls. But it's going to be, they're going to have to weigh out the choices as to whether or not they really want to gaming, get out of my oh yeah, get out of my chest. Sorry, I don't really look at the text scroll. I know I should, but like I said, I don't do this for any reason other than just to kind of like share some insight that I've earned the hard way. All right, let's see now if that's good enough to block line of view. So this is actually turning into an hour-long stream about base design. They can still see it. Dang it. Oh well. That is what is going to happen. The only way I can restrict that even further is if I put a window wall there. Or maybe a door frame. Oh, that's... okay, yeah. I don't have one already on the wheel, so I'll have to make it fresh. So we can add a door frame. Man, I'm getting thirsty. But this has been recommended on just about anybody else who talks about base building. It's tedious, but it actually will serve you better in the end, because even if a player isn't attacking your base, when the purge finally happens, which I probably got a few days left, when the purge happens, they're going to tear out foundations on the outside. So, and what happens after that, then you have opportunity looters. They'll come along and they'll see the base is open, and they'll go first for the crafting stations, And there's my Taskmaster I was talking about earlier. Oh, great. I don't have any weapons on my cube, on my bar yet. Alright, so just climb up. I am going to lose my shit the day that they allow Exile NPCs climb. I'm gonna be like, oh crap. I don't really want to. There we go. And that's what the Atlantean Sword's good for. Yeah, we'll take that. Okay, so I'm gonna need some food too. So I don't really like playing claustrophobic, but it's all right. Okay, so yeah. All right, now that should be enough. No, see, it's still going to be able to see that corner right there. Unless I go even further nuttiness. Oops, not enough resources now. We need stone. Ah! Just burn that stone. Wait, did I put some stone in here? No, I didn't. The other thing you might want to think about with base design is go ahead and make a false front. So you go ahead and you build a door like this, and most experienced players are going to anticipate that you have 2 doors to get through, at least. So you can go ahead and build a false front to your base that actually has a door, but then right behind the door is a sandstone foundation, you know, and your access point, especially if you build on the water. So, you know, if I were to bring this out another 2 blocks, another 2 tiles out, and then I could hollow this out and cover it with a trapdoor, which would still make it hard for them to get in because, you know, you can't put fire pots or orbs underneath water. So burning through that trapdoor is going to be a pain in the butt. But then you can make yourself a secret entrance and exit for the base, and that way you have this false front up here, you know, that people are going to be attacking, thinking they can get in there, but in fact you're coming in and out through back over here somewhere on the water. And I have actually seen some people do some really clever base designs, exploiting the fact that, with the exception of building right on top of it, all these nodes respawn constantly. So it's like a person will build a base up against some of these shrubs, or a really, really dense, you know, patch of it, like right here. And so they'll build the back of their base right along all this. Okay? And then what it'll be is a crawl space. They'll create a crawl space through the shrub that goes into the base. And again, a trapdoor is the way you get in. So that's another idea that you can do as far as base design is concerned. And just, you know, crazy ideas that, you know, the game really does provide for a lot of freedom. And the fact that I like the way you can build in this game, because you don't have to build on a grid. Like in Minecraft, everything's lined up at 90-degree angles. You know, you can actually build a round of buildings and create kind of a village or thorp, actually, kind of feel to it. Let's see if I can get some. Let's see how my XP is going. So I may have to start attacking exiles in the desert area to get better XP. Yeah, I'm not getting too much off these guys anymore. So it's mostly just about... oh, where'd the other dude go? There he is. Well, part of him was over here. Part of him was over there. Oh, silly. I don't have my Ankh with me. I need to keep harvesting essence so I can get that up to the 2nd tier. Alright. So, closing that up. Alright. So we got this wall. Let's see if we can place the wall right there. And we want that part right there. Okay. Now I'm pretty dang sure ain't nobody gonna see this crafting station, and I'm still left room for a blacksmith thrall for when I finally get one. Come on, there we go. So, All right, let's take a look. So I'm climbing, and yep, okay. So I can see there's floor, but all I see is wall now. And if I look up, oh, I can see this guy didn't just put, you know, thatch roof tiles up here. He's actually got ceiling tiles up here. So already, as a looter, not a raider, but as a looter, I'm going to be deterred because that means I'm going to need twice as many fire orbs to get through my ceiling as I would on normal. Now, I'm pretty sure fire orb will still break through this part of it, but I'm not. I haven't really tested it out. I'll probably do that eventually. Where I think is that just feral flesh? That's food poisoning waiting to happen. Let's go ahead and do this quick. Yeah, I'm always ignoring that. Even in Minecraft, my character is always starving to death in Minecraft. It's sad. I've since corrected that problem. But so yeah, so as a looter, attacking a base like this with fire orbs and grease, burning down the door is going to be the most valuable thing. But then, oh shit, I got another door to burn down. By that time, my fighter thralls in the inside have already gathered against that attack. Now, as a raider, give me a break. This thing will not hold up, not even for like 5 minutes. It's just gonna. What they'll probably do is they'll probably pick this wall here, which is right next to the sandstone foundation. They'll pick this right here, blow all that out with about 2 or 3 fire pots and explosive jars, and they just basically pilfer everything inside. So, but I mean, not many people are going to waste resources on a structure like this because it's very obvious. I'm not up to the second tier building materials. I'm not really interested in protecting what's in there. I still haven't placed my furnace because, you know, it's like there's no need for it. My neighbors are building in tier 3 black ice reinforced foundations, literally building places out of foundations, and I'm thinking that, you know, they're far enough in the game that if I get attacked by them, it's pretty much going to be for the thrill and really not for any resources. But oh, see, now that thrall just wigged out. That's what I'm talking about there. That means that either the taskmaster has respawned already. I want to put this, you know, you don't want it up against the wall, even though you can do that. You see how it's right there? Even though you can do that, you don't want to. You might be thinking that that space on the right is better for other items you can place. It's not worth it because as soon as that pushes through the mesh on the other side, anybody can access it. So if you go off game smelting iron, you come back and realize, hey, I thought I was smelting iron, but there isn't any there. That's because somebody looted your shit from outside. There we go. So when I get a thrall, you saw that little stool that popped up right there. If I get a blacksmith thrall, he's going to sit right there in front of my door. Which is, I'm not going to get a blacksmith thrall. It's just, at this point, it's not really worth it. And that is a really haphazard placement, but I don't care. I'll probably expand out the other way. So this is all ready here. Cool. And 10 strings, so I'm going to need 20 and 60. And I don't think I have enough iron. Do I have it in the... I should... Maybe I do. Yep, I do. So let's grab that. And... Ugh. Such a moaner. Moaning Myrtle. Is there anybody on the wheel? No, there isn't anybody on the wheel. I should put somebody on the wheel. Give it a reason to suffer. So do this. And we're going to make... Let's make 2 of those. And that's going to be a while. So anyway, this 30-minute video is now turned into an hour, and I'm going to go ahead and grab myself something to eat, and when I come back, we'll see, you know, well, I'll definitely start streaming once I get those elevators done. I'll let you know what I'm planning to do. Because I'm going to make my way all the way down here eventually to get that medicine man, and there's a couple of discovery things up here to do. So the broken bridge. Now, I do know for a fact that a horizontal elevator can make it past this gap right here. That cursor's so slow. I wish there was a way to speed up. But you can see that that gap is nearly half the distance of this gap here. So I don't know if another elevator will make it across. We'll have to see. But the other thing you can do with the elevators, there is narrow and expand, and I think it's I'm pretty sure this is where we all are. Those are my neighbors. This is the Ravagers. These are all. This all tells you that with the right resources, with additional resources and an archpriest, they can spawn a god. I don't know who these guys are. I haven't investigated them. But if these are warring clans, I'm grateful that I parked myself up there. But I'm pretty sure you can put an elevator from here to here, but I may not be able to build an elevator here because this land could all be claimed by them. I haven't climbed up that ridge. I've only been running along the bank. But yeah, so my experiment is to see just how far across a elevator can go, because if I can get it across this span, then on my other game, where my character is basically camped right here, I can go ahead and do a span right here, because there's an exile camp you can farm from. They have a little loot chest. But there's all these crocs and stuff down here. There's all these really nasty crocs. So using a vertical elevator to get up this way, and then a horizontal elevator to get across this way, and only 30 iron for, you know, the simplicity of not having to drag a thrall across shallows in the river, and just kind of speed up the process of getting across the map. That's actually really not that much when you think about it. Just like, you know, having 8 to 12 iron on you to repair your axe and your pick is not that much, as opposed to going through making hide, making leather to get the tar, to then get brimstone to make steel fire, to then go ahead and burn, I think it's like 5 iron bars to make 1 steel bar, and then burning that fuel, burning some kind of fuel to make that steel bar too as well, just to repair a steel pick. Like I said, that's the math there for me does not add up. And while we are playing the game and we're spending time already playing the game, having fun playing the game, hopefully, time is still a big resource in this game. That is like the one resource in every game you really are going to be the most limited on. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Doom A Gaming, thanks for the comments, and I hope to see you all next time. And again, I'm on 3803, so if you're playing Conan Exiles on the PlayStation 4, just sort it out, just go into the server name. We can exit that. You probably know how to do this, but in case, just in case. And I do play more or less in the mornings. I'm on Pacific time, so you play online. You pick the PvP, kind of fun, because now I can actually see what the ping is here. 3803. Yeah, that's been coming up, so don't know why that means. But anyway, this is a pretty balanced server, in spite of the fact that there's a bunch of clans on it and they all have shrines. There's only a little bit of lag every now and then. It's during the spike hours anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference what server you're on. That's going to happen. And I'd, you know, if you're just here to, like, you know, just want to hang out and explore the game, or you know, group up to do a boss fight or something like that. The boss fights in this game are pretty good. They're really fun and engaging and challenging. You can they're not locked down to, like, you need to do XYZ, you know, kind of maneuvers. You can pretty much go at them as long as you have a sense of timing and you're aware of what your weapons can do. You know, every fight in this game is actually winnable. The game is yours to lose, essentially. And that's kind of what I'm proving here with the fact that I'm not using a bed or a bedroll, and then when this character croaks, that's it. I'm off this server. I might come back later on, but this particular character will not get remade. I will remake the character if he dies. That's going to be my promise. I'm going to really regret it, but it's going to be my promise. So, thanks for watching, and enjoy playing.